News tonight. Rivers Flood Committee sets 8 September for Zone 3 enlightenment. Federal government woos World Bank for fresh $1.75 billion loan. Plus, Nigeria Air Force commends brevity of officers for smoking insurgents in Sambisa Forest. Good evening and a very warm welcome to the World News on River State Television, double to here in Port Harcourt. My name is Ibigoni Kalio. Do you love and care about River State and our peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. It's a task we must accomplish. You can subscribe and click the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. The River State Government, through its Central Working Committee on Flood Management and Control, has said that the ongoing sensitization programs are to equip residents with information to take proactive actions when incidents of flood are witnessed in their communities. On this note, the committee has urged residents in local governments under Zone 3 to be part of the sensitization program fixed for Monday 8 September 2025 at the Kana Local Government Council Secretariat. Time is 11 a.m. The affected local governments include Andoni, Opobo Nkoro, Kana, Gokana, Eleme, Tai, Oibo, Emoha, Boni, Eche, Degema, Ogubolo, and Obiakwa local government areas with their council chairmen, chiefs, community representatives, women, and youth groups. The state government thought the committee is specifically enlightening residents living in flood-prone areas to be prepared for the predicted flooding this year. Meanwhile, the Kogi state government has reiterated its commitment to tackling erosion and flooding through the deployment of infrastructure designed to provide lasting solutions to ecological challenges across the state. Kogi State Commissioner for Information and Communications, Kingsley Femi Famo, reiterated the Ahmed Usman Ududu-led administration's determination to change the face of the state with a solution-tailored infrastructure that guarantees safety, sustainability, and improved quality of life for the people. According to him, new constructed drainage systems in parts of the state, including Etahi, Omibo, and Ulubojo in Ankpa, have already begun delivering results. The commissioner further disclosed that the government is leveraging the Agro-Climatic Resilience in Semi-Arid Landscapes project to strengthen flood control measures and reclaim land previously destroyed by ecological challenges. Farmer stressed that the administration's environmental initiatives reflects Governor Ududu's vision of building resilient communities through sustainable projects that directly address the peculiar needs of the state. In 2024, Kogi State was ravaged by devastating floods that engulfed thousands of houses and displaced more than 1 million people. The federal government is planning to increase its borrowing despite a significant 40.5% surge in the revenue for the first 8 months of 2025. This boost in revenue has largely been driven by substantial gains in non-oil revenue collections, as confirmed in a press statement by the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga. Based on the figures released by the presidency, Nigeria's fiscal performance from January to August 2024 saw total collections of 20.59 trillion naira, surpassing the 14.6 trillion naira collected during the same period in 2024. According to the report, non-oil revenues now account for 75% of the total collections. From January to August 2025, the total collections reached 20.59 trillion naira, a 40.5% increase from 14.6 trillion naira recorded in 2024. This strong performance aligns with projections, placing the government firmly on course to achieve its annual non-oil revenue target. However, to address the funding gaps, the federal government plans to borrow locally and domestically, despite an earlier claim by President Bola Tinubu in Abuja that Nigeria had met its revenue target for 2025 ahead of schedule and would no longer rely on borrowing to fund budgets. The Nigerian Air Force has reiterated its unwavering commitment to the welfare and morale of its frontline personnel, while urging them to remain steadfast in protecting civilians against the bandits and insurgents. A statement shared via X on Saturday said this charge was delivered during the commissioning of worship centers and other value addition projects at 4135 Force Protection Wing, Burning Gwari, Kaduna State. Representing the Chief of Air Staff, the Air Officer Commanding Air Training Command, Air Vice Marshal Ahmed Yusuf Dari, commended the troops for maintaining professionalism and sacrificing to restore relative calm to previously terrorized the communities. He further charged the troops to remain vigilant, resolute, and united, reminding them that their mission transcends combat. Dari also emphasized that unity of purpose and respect for civilian populations remain powerful enablers of operational success, as he assured the troops of the unflinching support of the Chief of Air Staff. Nigeria Air Force had on 5th September carried out a successful air raid on a terrorist enclave in the Sambisa Forest, Borno State, killing more than 15 terrorists and destroying critical insurgent infrastructure, highlighting its continued commitment to national security and counter-terrorism efforts. Break beckons, but just before we do that, do you love and care about River State and our peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. It's a task we must accomplish. You can subscribe and click the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. Up ahead, United Nations falls Congo forces and 3 rebels over crimes against humanity. And in sports, Team Lagos cuts home 110 medals to win 9th National Youth Games. Details of this and more in a jiffy.
Congratulations to an extraordinary friend. Congratulations to Dr. Chidi Lloyd, as the politics of River State is uniquely dynamic. So is your personality, vibrant, resilient, and ever believing that life will always present you with a second chance. This is your second chance. Politics is indeed unique, yet very dynamic. A victory today can be followed by a bigger victory tomorrow, and yet again a tough lesson the next day. You've shown remarkable courage and determination. It is time to shine. Shine that both your adversaries and friends may proclaim your shining without equivocation. Do it this time and make it better. Don't just be counted. Make every decision count. Your constituents are counting on you to bring positive change, progress, and development. Your leaders are counting on you. And I, Andy Akpotive, am counting on you. Here's to your success. May your people prosper under your leadership. May your legacy be one of hope, inspiration, and progress.
I am Andy Akpotive saying a big congratulations and urging you to do it. Do it. Let's do it.
Congratulations to an extraordinary friend. Congratulations to Dr. Chidi Lloyd, as the politics of River State is uniquely dynamic. So is your personality, vibrant, resilient, and ever believing that life will always present you with a second chance. This is your second chance. Politics is indeed unique, yet very dynamic. A victory today can be followed by a bigger victory tomorrow, and yet again a tough lesson the next day. You've shown remarkable courage and determination. It is time to shine. Shine that both your adversaries and friends may proclaim your shining without equivocation. Do it this time and make it better. Don't just be counted. Make every decision count. Your constituents are counting on you to bring positive change, progress, and development. Your leaders are counting on you. And I, Andy Akpotive, am counting on you. Here's to your success. May your people prosper under your leadership. May your legacy be one of hope, inspiration, and progress.
I am Andy Akpotive saying a big congratulations and urging you to do it. Do it. Let's do it.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
Good to have you join us again. The Nigerian Center for Disease Control and Prevention, NCDC, has clarified that there are currently no cases of Ebola virus in the country. The agency, in a public health advisory issued on Saturday, signed by its Director General, Dr. Jide Idris, stated that they is working closely with relevant ministries, departments, agencies, and development partners to monitor disease occurrence and enhance Nigeria's level of preparedness. According to the NCDC, ongoing measures include heightened surveillance, particularly at the nation's borders and points of entry, to ensure early detection of any potential cases. The agency noted that the infection prevention and control practices are also being reinforced in healthcare facilities nationwide to safeguard both patients and healthcare workers. In addition, the center said its risk communication and community engagement structures have been activated to provide timely and accurate information to Nigerians, while also tracking and addressing rumors, perceptions, and misinformation. The Ebola outbreak in DR Congo comes at a time when much of Central and West Africa continues to grapple with overlapping health and humanitarian crises, including cholera outbreaks, malnutrition, and displacement. From the foreign scene, we got this report that the UN agency's director has said the World Health Organization no longer considers Mpox outbreak in Africa to be an international health emergency. The new form of Mpox emerged in early 2024 in Congo and neighboring African countries, spreading through close contact, including sex, which the WHO declared a global health emergency in August of last year. WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus said an emergency panel created after the outbreak has advised that the situation is no longer an international emergency. The International Emergency Declaration, the agency's highest level of warning about threatening health issues, triggers the release of resources and enhanced public awareness campaigns, among other measures. Mpox, formerly known as monkeypox, is a rare disease caused by infection with a virus that is in the same family as the one that causes smallpox. It is endemic in parts of Africa where people have been infected through bites from rodents or small animals. Tedros said the decision to end the emergency followed improved public health measures and sustained declines in case counts. Congo's armed forces and Rwanda-backed M3 rebels have committed crimes including gang rape, sexual slavery, torture, killings of civilians, and other horrific atrocities in eastern Congo over the last year. The UN Human Rights Office said the government of both countries bear responsibility. A new report by a fact-finding team of experts visited the region between March and August warned of the prospect of war crimes and crimes against humanity may have been committed since late 2024, and since a decades-long conflict escalated in January when M3 fighters seized the strategic eastern city of Goma. High Commissioner for Human Rights Volker Turk said the United Nations Human Rights Council is expected to consider the report during its upcoming month-long session that opens on Monday. The report found that M23 rebels had carried out summary executions, torture, detention, and forced disappearances, and forced recruitment affecting thousands of civilians perceived as opposing the groups, its authority, or recruitment. Still on the foreign scene, Donald Trump has warned that if Venezuelan jets fly over U.S. naval ships and put U.S. in a dangerous position, they'll be shot down, unquote. U.S. officials told reporters that the president's warning comes after Venezuela flew military aircraft near a U.S. vessel off South America for the second time in 2 days. The reports follow a U.S. strike against what Trump officials said was a drug-carrying vessel from Venezuela operated by a gang killing 11 people. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro has said that the U.S. allegations about his country are not true and that differences between the nations do not justify a military conflict. In sports now, Team Lagos have been crowned champions of the 9th National Youth Games, dethroning defending champions Team Delta, who finished in second place. Lagos declared winners at the closing ceremony on Saturday, held at the Stephen Keshi Stadium, Asaba. Favor Oyakamo tells us more.
Chief Amaka Ashiofo, who represented the chairman of the National Sports Commission, Shehu Diko, announced that Team Lagos secured 110 medals, 52 gold, 32 silver and 26 bronze. Defending champions Team Delta placed second with a total of 114 medals, including 37 gold, 38 silver and 39 bronze medals. Team Edo, who had occupied second place before the final day, dropped to third with 79 medals, 33 gold, 18 silver and 28 bronze. A total of 33 states were won medals at the event, amounting to 802 medals, 246 gold, 236 silver, and 320 bronze. Ivorian legend Didier Drogba and former Super Falcons striker Mercy Akide have been named among 16 former international footballers selected by FIFA to serve on its newly created Players' Voice panel aimed at tackling racism and discrimination in the game. According to a statement issued by FIFA, Akide, a veteran of 3 Women's World Cups, was chosen alongside ex-internationals drawn from 14 members associations across all 6 FIFA confederations. The statement said the 50-year-old will serve on the panel with Liberia's president and former Ballon d'Or winner George Weah. According to FIFA, the panel members will raise awareness of the enhanced measures against racism through education in their regions, highlight the impact of abuse on players and football as a whole, and provide practical advice on response strategies. FIFA President Gianni Infantino said the individual experiences of the former stars would strengthen the global fight against racism. Paraguay has celebrated an impromptu national holiday after a draw against Ecuador saw the South American nation qualify for its first FIFA World Cup in 16 years. President Santiago Pena declared the holiday as thousands of Albiroja fans took to the streets to celebrate a 0-0 draw with Ecuador, which secured Paraguay the last automatic South American qualifying spot. Paraguay last took part in 2010 World Cup in South Africa, where they were knocked out in the quarter-finals by eventual winners Spain. Their participation in the 2026 edition, co-hosted by the United States, Mexico, and Canada, will mark Paraguay's 9th World Cup campaign. Favor Oyakamo, Rstv Sports.
Do you love and care about River State and our peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. It's a task we must accomplish. You can subscribe and click the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. And let's take a recap of some of the major stories. The Rivers Flood Committee has urged residents in local governments under Zone 3, which are Andoni, Opobonkoro, Kana, Gukana, Eleme, Tai, Oyibo, Emoha, Boni, Eche, Degema, Ogbolo, and Obiakpo local government areas to be part of the sensitization program fixed for Monday, 8th September 2025 at Kana Local Government Council Secretariat. The federal government is planning to obtain another $1.75 billion loan from the World Bank. We also reported that the Nigeria Air Force has commended officers of the force for smoking insurgents out in the Sambisa forest on the 5th of September 2025. That's how we capture the world and the lenses of Double Two. Thank you for your time as well as your company. Let's do this again. Same time, same station. From all of us here in the studio, have a delectable evening.